Let's have a look at some key characteristics of a follower and a leader. First, let's look at 5 characteristics of a follower. The first is loyalty. Why is loyalty important? A few reasons. It improves morale and confidence in the team members. When team members see loyalty in others towards leaders or the leadership team, they feel more confident in their direction of the organization or their daily decisions. Loyalty improves trust in leadership, in which tasks will be completed on time, and provides the willingness to delegate duties to others from leadership. Lastly, a follower must understand the ethical responsibilities that would jeopardize loyalty between a follower and a leader. If a leader performs illegal or unethical behavior that would threaten an organization's integrity, a follower must be willing to challenge the leader and do what is right. A follower must be honest. Honesty and trust augment each other. A follower must be honest, which will help instill trust from the leader or leadership team. It is a two-way street. For example, the follower must trust the direction and actions of the leader or leadership team, but also the leader must feel the follower is trustworthy and honest to carry out the strategic direction set out by the leader. A follower must be adaptable. Change is never easy. However, it is inevitable. Remember when cell phones were a commodity and payphones were on every street corner? Within 10 years, payphones are gone, and every child as young as 10 years old owns cell phones. It is not easy, but a person who understands change and can adapt will improve any team. Since followers must be aware of change, anticipating this change and developing a plan can turn bad decisions or mediocre plans into extraordinary opportunities. Lastly, as said by Jeff Boss, a contributor to Forbes magazine, if a follower can't change or adapt to the environment, they buck up and don't whine about it. A follower must be able to accept criticism. Let's face it, as a follower, you may be asked to do some very important work that has deadlines, or you may be asked to do a large amount of work in a short period of time. If a follower falls short or doesn't complete a task, criticism may ensue. A follower must have broad shoulders and be able to handle feedback from others or reprimands from a boss. Criticism can be viewed in 2 ways. A fragile person may view this as a sign of failure or negativity. A more robust person may view this as a way to learn and ask additional questions for future success. Criticism can be constructive and should be understood by a good follower. Lastly, a good follower must be a good listener. Many individuals find themselves answering questions in conversation with others before the conversation or question is ever asked or over. This is not being a good listener. Good listeners never find themselves stepping in before an individual is done talking or interrupting an individual in mid-sentence. In order to be a good listener, you not only need to hear and comprehend the words, but also look for inflections in the voice, mannerisms from the individual, and understand when to speak and when to just let someone pour their hearts out. Next, let's evaluate 5 key characteristics of a good leader. A leader must be inspirational. A daily desk job or someone working in an industrial conveyor belt setting may become complacent over time and just view their position as punching the time clock. The daily grind at the ground level of production can weigh heavily on workers, and over time, these individuals begin to seek new endeavors or career choices. An inspirational leader provides enthusiasm throughout the organization and gives back to all subordinates the enjoyment of why they began their career path from the beginning. For example, in 2001, Campbell's CEO, Douglas Conant, put on a pair of walking shoes and logged over 10,000 steps a day walking the production floors of Campbell. Conant also wrote over 30,000 handwritten notes to employees celebrating their success and contributions, the purest definition of inspiration at the ground level. A leader is a good communicator. Good public speakers can captivate an audience with presentations and stories. Sir Ken Robinson's TED Talk, Changing the Educational Paradigm, has over 2 million views and holds your attention without any PowerPoints or diagrams. His words are clear and the stories are close to people's hearts. A good leader can articulate an organization's direction and strategic planning with clarity and precision. First, leaders create a common language that is universal and understood at all levels within an organization. A common language ensures clarity in roles and responsibilities with a team. A perfect example of a common language is the complex movement of the aviation industry. Thousands of people travel by plane each day. Transportation by plane is considered the safest means of travel, even though it is the most complex. This is due to the common language that each pilot, grounds crew, air traffic controllers, and all others in the industry adhere to and understand. Any pilot can step into a different plane within a different organization and speak the same language. This clarity in language minimizes confusion and misunderstanding. Lastly, good leaders keep all team members informed and create a two-way communication highway. A leader delegates tasks and responsibilities to others. Once a common language is implemented, leaders trust subordinates to carry out key decisions or projects, knowing they will be completed on time and successfully. Leaders must delegate high-priority tasks to others, which will allow focused attention to other needs that the leader may need to perform. When delegating these high-priority tasks, leaders must provide support and not micromanage. Micromanaging others causes confusion and evokes thoughts of untrustworthiness to successfully completing key tasks. A leader must be authentic. Authenticity provides an appearance of a leader's true self. Some may think a leader should be rigid or unbreakable, but this needs only to appear in times of defending an organization's goals or structure. A leader can show vulnerability or the humbleness that he or she is one of them. Using phrases like, "I don't have all the answers," should not be looked upon as a sign of weakness. An authentic leader doesn't demonstrate the idiosyncrasies of a dictator when confronted with adversity. An authentic leader will truly uncover all possible solutions to all challenges and questions provided by team members. And finally, a good leader must have a strong presence. A strong presence in leadership is needed during peril moments when targets or results may elude the organization. Team members may fall into the trap of negative communication or blame others during these moments. A strong presence from the leader or leadership team that demonstrates we are in this together can provide the uplift to push on. A strong presence is also needed when called upon to dismiss a subordinate or challenge negative behavior from team members. This strong presenced leader may have a tough decision to make between terminating a friend and an employee or saving the organization from additional negative performances. These are just a few of many characteristics that followers and leaders should possess or strive to acquire over time.